Jim, let me know.
Let me know when you guys come.
You ready?
I'm not.
Huh?
3, 2, 1.
All right, welcome back inside the Adrian James room. Joe Zagacki, Don Bailey Jr., running backs coach Terry Richardson. Big day on campus for the University of Miami. We've been with you since 7 o'clock this morning, and we will be here for as long as it takes. And so that fax machine has been burning up here, and here I'm going to put a smile on your face. Okay. It just came in officially.
Yes.
And you can't ever do anything until it's official. But Duke Johnson is now officially a Miami Hurricane.
Without a doubt, you know, it's the facts we've all been waiting on. You know, dynamic player, local product. You know, I can't wait to coach him.
Coach, you've done a great job producing 1,000-yard rushers. You did it when you were at Connecticut many times. You put the first one on the board for Miami almost a decade with Lamar Miller last year, and it's time to do it again, isn't it?
Time to keep doing it.
That's right.
Keep doing it with many different guys. So, you know, that's what I'm here for, and you know, we're judging our productivity. So, you know, he'll be another one that I see, you know, having a great career.
And one reason I brought up all the yardage and all the success, tell us how he fits into that group. I mean, at his age, I'm not saying don't judge him as a junior or a senior, but when you look at the players that produce great yards for you, had great seasons for you over your coaching career, what do you see in the Duke?
Well, he's such a dynamic player. You know, he can make plays several different ways. You know, on the ground, through air, in the return game. And I think the biggest thing is, you know, he can have different launch points. You know, you don't always have to line him right up in the backfield just to get him the ball where everybody can see him. You know, so I think he brings that to the table. And you know, for his size, he's a tough guy. You know, and I think he can pretty much handle the whole offense.
History has shown that if you are 5'8" or 5'9" or 5'10", you can still get you 1,000 yards, and you can still be durable, and you can still produce.
Oh, without a doubt. You know, like I said, I think he's that type of young man.
Coach, also, Don made this point during the state championship. He went on the road for Norland High School, and probably the regional final and the state semifinals were tougher than the state championship game. But you look at the amount of production in those games in the postseason, I think it was over
375 yards in the semifinal game alone.
You know, he's that type of kid. You know, he has a lot of self-confidence, and I think the broader the stage, the more he performs. I mean, it brings out the best in him.
You're a South Florida guy, and to say that you're one of three, meaning Duke Johnson, one of three. The other one was a Hurricane as well, and Frank Gore, to have over 5,000 career yards. That in its own right. I mean, when you think of all the greatness that's come out of this county at that position over the years, to be one of three, and he's the second one to come to the University of Miami.
You know, you're exactly right. That's unbelievable, and it just shows, you know, what a talent he is.
Well, it's good that we have you here because we also have this fax just in. If Duke is a little bit short, or if you want to say that, Danny Dillard is not. And Danny Dillard is from Venice, 212-pound running back.
Yes,
so that now you got your big back.
Yes. Danny Dillard is all that. He's a big guy, and he's going to even get bigger. He's what I call a power slasher. Very excited about him. And for that size, he has unbelievable vision and excellent balance and footwork.
Coach, I watched him on some tape, and you know he's got explosion. He gets to that second level. He can run away from guys. He has a good knack to take the right angle to get to the end zone as well.
Exactly. Very good top end speed, and he's a long strider. He really eats up some ground.
We were talking to Coach Fish, and one of the questions we asked him is, you know, he's got a class of 3 quarterbacks that are coming in, but where do you start with these young men? They wouldn't be here if they couldn't run the football.
Right.
But to play in college football, it's more than just carrying the ball. And you have to find out how much they really know about the game. You've got pass protection, receiving. How do you get them acclimated?
Well, it starts in the meeting room, and we do so much things from a handout standpoint. You know, we give them all type of learning tools. So it starts there, and obviously, you know, getting them on the field, getting them in the drills, and just getting them, you know, used to all the things that they need to do, and kind of just refine their skills overall. You know, you kind of, you know, spoon feed and break them in steps. So it's all a process.
Got to make sure both of these young men are physically able to come in and in condition because of the roster, there's a chance they're going to have to play today.
Right. We're bringing the being able to bring the freshmen in at the end of June, you know, when they changed that rule, it really helps. So now you can get all your guys on campus and kind of get them into the swing of things right away. And you know, Swayze is one of the best, you know, and I think he can get those guys ready to go.
Coach, Duke Johnson, you go back to him for a moment. Norland High School, they produced some great players. That North Dade County area is traditionally loaded with very good players, but he so much also wanted to be a University of Miami player. And so how important is that?
You know, that's big time, and you know, obviously if we have some local talent, you know, in this area, we want to keep the best players here. You know, and he was one of those guys that, you know, he's been committed, you know, for a long time. And he's one of the top players in the country, you know, and I'm sure a lot of schools will come. I'm positive a lot of schools are coming after him, and he stayed true to the youth.
Hey, Coach, when you look at Duke Johnson, I think one thing that people have yet to talk about enough, in my opinion, about him is his versatility. You talked about his long run points, but he played defensive back.
Yes.
Caught touchdown passes.
Yes.
You know, they moved him around the backfield. He's a guy that returned kicks as well. I mean, he was a do-it-all kind of football player.
Well, it's a credit to Coach Heidelberg because he saw the vision. You know, he saw the vision. He know that people, you know, would key on him. You know, if he just kept him in one spot. So a guy like that, you got to move him around him. You got to get the ball to him in different ways.
And now I look at this class as well, and if you go to the rankings, which I know that aren't really a part of how you guys judge people, but you had Duke Johnson in Dade County as the best player offensively in Dade County, and many feel that Deion Bush was the best player defensively in Dade County. You're talking about building the power of the eye of the hurricane. You got to land the best in Dade County, and you did that.
Well, that's the goal, and you know, it's a credit to you know, Coach Golden and his vision, and it's a credit, you know, to the support staff and the staff, you know, and making all this happen. A lot went into it, you know, and it's a credit to the young men for wanting to, you know, come here, you know, and represent their hometown.
Coach, when you were able to land those guys, like Don said, top defensive player, top offensive player in your backyard,
Right.
what's that also saying to all those that are trying to come in here? Kind of fence stuff, right?
Well, I don't.
He won't answer that. Yes.
Beware of the dog, you know. So
The dog's awake. It's not sleeping.
We're putting up the Miami-Dade County wall.
That's right.
All right, congratulations and
Thank you.
the best of luck here.
all right, thanks.
All right.
Thanks, John.
All right. See you.
All right, so Duke Johnson, Danny Dillard are in, and so that's good news for the University of Miami.